forming the pack.
Huh?
You filming the pack.
Yeah. There's Maggie. Oh, that's Toby. I'm sorry. There's Maggie right there.
They're both there.
Brother and sister. Toby, stop.
And the herding dog, Sam. And the guarding dog, Finchley.
For those who don't know, Maggie and Toby are brother and sister. Maggie's 6.5. Toby just turned 5. And they are Northwest Farm Terriers, a breed unique to Washington State. Bev and I would tell you what breeds go into that mix, but we never remember.
I do.
It's Airedale, Border Collie, Corgi,
Irish, not Irish Setter, Irish
Terrier.
Terrier, yes.
Is that it?
I think that's it. There might be one more. Border Collie, you said. Yeah, that's it. That's all that I
There's a breed that was started about 30 years ago up in Port Angeles. If I had to guess,
almost 50 years ago now.
if I had to guess, I would say there's between 300 and 500 of them alive. Somewhere in there. Average age, I don't know, 12 to 15 maybe.
I would say, yeah.
I would say 12, but let's be optimistic.
And their last one was Airedale. You said Airedale, right?
Yeah.
The last purebred in their line was Airedale. But this is what they're supposed to look like, basically.
Yeah, this is,
But smaller.
yeah, but smaller. They were bred to be about 35 or 40 pounds. Maggie and Toby are both over 65. But there have been some. I know there's one that's 100. Then there's some that are 25 to 30 pounds.
That's like Finchley. Finchley's a doodle that was supposed to be like 35 pounds. And he's like 90 or something. He's
Yeah.
way heavy. He's a big boy.
But Toby and Maggie could not be more different. It's amazing the difference in their personalities. Come from the same parents. One of a kind breed. Huh?
Visually they look alike.
Yeah.
Their mom looked more like them. Their dad was more of a tricolor.
Yeah.
Okay.
So they really are quite different. Maggie's a lot more affectionate. Toby's a lot more playful. It's really hard to describe the difference, but if you spend any time at all with them, you see immediately that they may have the same parents and they may have the same markers, but their personalities are like night and day. You know, if I was looking for a guard dog, this one right here, Maggie, would be it. She'll jump at loud sounds, but she's fearless when it comes to protecting. You know, Toby, on the other hand, Toby seems to be bothered by a lot of stuff. He's got like, we joke, he's got issues, but there's no reason for it other than it's just what he is. And how he is, oh my God, look at the dirt on this dog. Anyway, same breed, same parents, so different. And point I'm going to make fairly soon, this girl right here is just beautiful in who she is. And Toby is absolutely beautiful in who he is. I don't know how you feel about self-help books, but I actually didn't start reading any self-help books until 1990s. I was in a stretch of 10, 12 years where I didn't drink, actually, from 10 years, from 92 to 2002. I didn't drink alcohol. Came out of a treatment center in 92, didn't drink. And those were the 10 most important years as far as raising my son by myself, actually. That was a great motivator. Not the correct motivator, but it did keep me sober for the 10 years between his, when he was 7 and 17. So, but anyway, I read a lot of self-help books during that time. And one of the self-help books I read was called The Greatest Miracle in the World, or something like that. It was by Og Mandino, O-G, Mandino. The gentleman's dead now, but he wrote a number of self-help books. And in this book was a thing called the God Memorandum. Now, to preface the God Memorandum, I have always had low self-esteem. Never thought I was good enough. Anybody who's followed me has heard me talk about this before. During my childhood, I was painfully shy, but I was also motivated to stay quiet simply because I didn't think I had anything to add to anything that anybody was talking about. It's just lower than slug poop, guys. Seriously. And for a lot of kids, that's true. Okay. And then somehow a lot of kids, when they get older, they kind of grow out of that. I never did. Into my teens, into my 20s, into my 30s, into my 40s, I truly didn't believe I was good enough. That there were some things that were just drastically lacking in me. And it wasn't, self-help books are interesting in that, I don't think there's anything new said in any self-help books. They all are a rehash, but they're said in different ways. And that was the key with the God Memorandum. I heard something that I had probably heard, thousands of times prior to that, but it was said in a way that got my attention this time. And it talked about the fact that there have been like 120 billion people walking on this planet in whatever time lapse we're talking about, 170,000 years, something like that. But 120 billion people have walked this planet, currently about 8 billion. And the main point of the God Memorandum is there's never been another person exactly like me, or exactly like you, or you, or you, or you. We are all unique. Now, if you consider for a second that the incredible value placed on other unique things, like a Rembrandt, or like gold. Gold is expensive and is considered because of its rarity. There just isn't that much gold in the world. So if you use that as a gauge for value, I'm the rarest of rare. My value cannot be determined because there has never, out of 120 billion people, there has never been anyone like me. There is no one like me today on this earth, and there never will be anyone like me. And yet, I didn't recognize that fact for decades. No one can bring to this world what I can bring. If I choose to bring it, if I choose to unleash my talents, my personality, my brain, my heart, my soul, my true self, if I unleash those things, the world's never seen anything like it. And yet again, for decades, I moped and felt sorry for myself and dropped into, months of semi-depression because I didn't think I was special enough. I didn't think I was good enough. Well, that's ended, folks. I've got a message to report to you in my videos. I am a hell of a writer, and I've got a message to report to you in my articles and my blogs and all that, and I'm going to keep doing it. If I reach 1,000 people, that's fantastic. If I reach 100,000, unbelievable. Best-selling author, millions, whew, never going to happen, but you know what I'm saying. I've had people reach out to me from around the world who have seen articles I've written and reached out to me to tell me how important those articles were. Do you know how incredible that is? I just had a woman from the UK email me because her partner had died from alcoholism. And she wanted to tell me, number one, how important my articles about alcoholism were to her. Side note, I wrote those 8 years ago. Okay, they're still out on the internet, still there for people to see. And number two, she wanted to know if I had any words of comfort to help her understand how her partner could drink himself to death. Do I have value? Oh my God. Do you have value? Yes, you do. Unleash it. That's my message to you. Don't sit on it anymore. Don't act like it's not special. You are special. You are unique. You are one of a kind. This is an incredibly important message, folks. Embrace what you have to give and then give it freely to others. Please. The world needs you. The world needs me. And it's about damn time we quit farting around and give freely what we have. We are unique. In case you ever want to read it, it's called The God Memorandum, Og Mandino. My name is Bill Holland, and that right there is Maggie, and we have messages to deliver. I sure hope a lot of people hear the message. Thanks, guys. I hope you find what you're looking for in life. I really do. Over and out. Hey, whether you know it or not, I have a Patreon page. Patreon. You can find it as we wonder on Patreon, and for as little as $3 a month, you can support this meager effort of mine to send good vibes out into the world. $3 a month, guys. Really? I think the message is good. I think it's important that people start feeling good about themselves.